Hey 8th graders, today's assignment is the pHet static electricity. If you guys are doing this from home, know that you're either going to be alternating between this assignment or the static electricity lab station. So whatever you guys do today at home, you guys will do tomorrow. And if you are at home, I'd rather you guys be working on this. So just keep that in mind. You guys are in the right place if you guys are on the pHet static electricity assignment. Okay, your learning target. I can predict why two objects attract or repel each other when they are electrically charged. So the other day we really started to look at what different charges we might see with tape when we did the two types of charges tape lab. And we saw that there was a lot of interactions between the tape, but the main patterns we saw is the tape either attracted to each other or it repelled to each other or repelled each other. And then in between that you might have seen a tape that didn't react at all when another piece of tape came next to it. So those are what we call neutral tape. Okay, so today we're gonna get into why these attractions or repulsions actually happen, and this is kind of a good basis for what we learn in magnetism, which when it comes down to, I think you guys really all already know that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to slide 2. It's part 1. It's a little prediction you're going to make. Why do you think a balloon attracts and sticks to certain things but repels and pushes other objects away? So if you guys kind of take a look at this background picture, you guys can see a balloon that is picking up a bunch of little pieces of paper. Whereas we might also see a balloon push each other away. And when you guys do this static electricity lab stations, you guys will see that in one of those stations as well. Okay, so go ahead, answer your prediction to that, and then when you guys are ready, you guys can move on to the link for pHet static and electricity, which looks something like this. Okay, it's pretty simple, you guys. There's not a lot to do in this little assignment, but what you guys see is we have these little plus signs which stand for positive charges, and we have these little minus signs that stand for negative charges. And as of right now, you can kind of notice that they're all kind of paired up. So if you guys think about it, if we have a plus 1 and we subtract 1 from it, so minus 1, okay, what's your math, like what's your answer for math? Okay, it'd be 0. Okay, that would tell us that there's a neutral charge there and that there really isn't a charge at all, because of these little plus and minuses canceling each other out. Okay, so right now as we see, everything is neutral. We have the wall, we have the balloon, and we have the sweater. Okay? All right, so get your balloon to stick to the sweater. How did you make this happen? So you guys are going to kind of mess around with it, see how you guys made it happen. And then what do you guys think made it stick strongly versus weakly? So try to get it to stick where it's really hard to remove from the sweater versus it's, barely stuck there. Okay, how do the plus and minus signs help you to decide whether something attracts or repels? So attracts means that it comes towards it, and repels means that it pushes away from it. Okay, so when we talk about gravity being a force, that's an attractive force because it pulls things towards it. Okay, versus repulsion would be pushing something away. Okay, and then how would you manipulate the plus or minus signs to get the balloon to stick to the sweater? So once you guys get the balloon to stick to the sweater, take a look at those plus and minus signs. What did you guys notice about them? Okay. How would you manipulate the plus and minus signs to get the balloon to stick to the sweater even more strongly? So this kind of refers back to that question that I asked you guys about getting this balloon to stick to the sweater, strongly or weakly. Okay. What do you guys notice about it when it's strongly stuck to it versus weakly stuck to it? And how would you manipulate the plus and minus signs to get the two balloons to repel each other? So you guys kind of need to look at the two balloons. So here's your two balloon option. So how do you guys get those to move away from each other? Okay. All right. The last part of this is just some follow-up questions. So this is a really simple assignment, you guys. So you guys have moving balloons. In the picture below, the balloons on the left and middle are held in place. So notice the little hand holding those two balloons, whereas the right balloon is free to move. Okay. So with that in mind, if it's possible, what would you add, positives or negatives, to the balloon on the right to get it to move to the left? So I want it to move towards this balloon, so to the left this way. So what would I need to add to this balloon to get it to do that? Remember, this one is free to move. Okay, so give me your answer. What would you guys add there, and explain why you guys would add those there. Okay, all right, next slide. When you pull clothes out of the dryer, sometimes they stick together. What do you think might explain why they stick? So go ahead, give me your answer there. And what do you think the purpose of a dryer sheet or fabric softener is? Okay. The pictures shown show positive and negative circles. So we have these 3 blue negatives and this 1 black positive, or pucks if you want to call them that. The negatives are stuck in place, so these 3 blue ones cannot move, but this black one is free to move. Explain how the black positive would move when released. So if I were holding it down and then I let go of it, okay, what movement would you guys see from that black little puck? So tell me how it's going to move and then explain why it's going to move that way. Okay, same one, we only have 2 negatives this time. Again, they're stuck in place, but this blue one or this black one is free to move. So if I let go of it, how's it going to move and why? And then finally, we got there's the 1 negative stuck in place and the 1 positive. So how's it going to move and why? Okay, lastly, we kind of have all 3 of those pictures summed up, and I want you to circle the picture below in which you think the positive circle would move the fastest and explain why. So circle either A, B, or C to indicate which one you think is going to move the fastest, and then why. Okay, last question. In the pictures, the middle positive black pucks are free to move, and there are some positive and negative pucks stuck down on either side. So you guys will see the blue negative pucks, and then you guys will see the red positive pucks. And both of those are stuck, but again, remember the black ones are free to move. Draw an arrow to show which way each of the black pucks will move. So you guys will go up to your draw tool, you guys will grab a pen, and you're going to say, all right, we've got this black positive, we got a positive to the right and a negative to the left. So I'm going to draw an arrow to show where it moves. If I don't think it's going to move, I'm going to draw an X in that box, okay? So for this one, I'm either going to put that it's going to move this way. Oops, sorry. It's either going to move this way, it's going to move this way, or if I don't think it's going to move, and I'll put an X on it, okay? Then you guys will do the same thing for case B and case C, okay? That's the end of this assignment today. Like I said, it was pretty easy. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.